Today is Saturday the 14th of May 2011, and Carolyn and I are here to take messages for the full moon for May, which will be with us on the 17th, and the first to come forth with a message for us in regard to this will be Yeshua. And so let us see what he has to say. My dear friends, you have all been through so much as this time of preparation for that wondrous process called Ascension upon your planet has gathered momentum. The energies that have come to the planet have brought forth much change. Those of you who are sensitive to energies have been aware of these processes, however most of humanity has not. Some of the evidence of the change has begun to emerge in your world, such as that earthquake in Japan and all that has flowed from it. However, this is really just the beginning of the evidence that will come forth in your dimension as these changes flow. You are entering the time when these changes will, you could say, flow thick and fast, because the planet needs to prepare and humanity needs to prepare. And both of these things will happen in parallel. As all of this unfolds, it will be as if there are two life streams living concurrently on the planet, and indeed that will be the case. There will be those that have adopted the path to ascension, that have begun to rejuvenate their physical bodies, and there will be those that continue along the path that they have been on. And those that continue on that old path will find life becoming more and more challenging, more and more difficult for them. And those that choose the path heading towards ascension will find life unfolding for them as if by magic. Things will work in their lives in ways that they have never worked before. It will be like they are riding this magic carpet towards that appointment with ascension. And this indeed was how it was planned to be. As rejuvenation emerges, so too will a new consciousness come forth upon the planet, since these two are inextricably linked. This new consciousness will be like the flower that is on the vine of rejuvenation. And so this will begin to unfold. And as Father God mentioned to you at the beginning of May, with that new moon, the energies that began with the new moon of this month were energies that were beginning to germinate the seeds of these changes, of this new consciousness. And for those of you who understand a little about the patterns of the energies of the moon and how they can be used, just as the new moon begins that germination, if you will, the planting of the seeds for what you wish to see in a given month, so too the full moon brings forth the ripening, the fruit of what was planned. And as Father God explained, when it comes to those working the land for crops and so on, the full moon that is used for harvesting is usually several months later, perhaps late summer or into autumn. However, in the case of what was planted, if you will, with this new moon, so you will see the coming forth of the fruit that was planted with that new moon, with this full moon. And indeed, That is what the energies of this full moon are about. Seeing the fruits of what was planted with that new moon come forth with this full moon. As you are aware, we have expected to see some of these fruits come forth well before this time, and there have been many reasons why that has not been the case. There has been a lot of interference by those who would prevent this process from unfolding. And even at times we have come forth and said, this will absolutely secure it, only to find that this had not been the case. And I simply ask you to judge this full moon and judge my words by the fruits that come forth from the energies that are coming to you with this full moon. And so it is.
The next one who wishes to come and speak is Mother God. And she views humanity as her children. And each and every one of you has a very direct relationship to me, she says. Yes, all there is Prime Creator. And I sit next to Prime Creator. And many of you relate to the two of us on some level. And some perhaps not realizing that Mother God did participate in the bringing forth of souls. It is the reason why I can consider you my children. I participated with Prime Creator to bring forth the souls that each and every one of you hold. And so, just like the children on earth who have earthly parents, you perhaps hold relationships, abilities of both parents. It is the same with me and Prime Creator. Within your heart, there has been placed those characteristics, those abilities, the very structure of who you are, using characteristics and abilities of the two of us. And I would like to spend some time on talking about the characteristics that you hold within your heart that are in common with me. Where all there is very vigorous with justice. I, on the other hand, step behind him in a sense with compassion. Love is the elixir of compassion. And for way too long, Earth has held so much of the characteristics of, you might say, life that turned towards the dark. Life that was not showing compassion and love to those who lived and shared the dimension. And regardless of what you had planned at the new moon, The full moon will bring forth those plans, but it also initiates a hidden agenda. And what was hidden and not so obvious is bringing forth those abilities, those characteristics, that sense of cooperation and love that were, you might say, endowed into the particles that you hold within your soul. For too long, life has struggled against the characteristics of the divine feminine. But with this full moon, you might say there is a revival, an awakening, a pull to help you understand that where you have the ways of the warrior, you also have the ways of the mother. When circumstances warrant it, you will stand up and be firm for what you know must be brought forth. You will also bring forth that forgiveness, that compassion, that love that is part of what the mother does. Takes care of those in her awareness. She wants to see that all grow and aspire towards beauty, towards sharing, towards understanding that all is one. Justice might not bring forth those elements, but the mother is there within your heart, and what you will see coming forth in the coming days and months will be that sense of what the mother brings to every situation in your life. My children will start to become more aware of the divine feminine within them. Whether you are male or female, I am a part of all of you. And you will start to relate to this. You will start to, if you haven't done it already, smile at the child. Want to protect the child. Want to protect the beautiful planet that you live upon. And so this will start to blossom if it isn't already there, because this begins in a very dedicated way the scales of balance. Yes, the scales of justice have been very strong, and is now time to measure upon those scales balance of what love and compassion brings to justice. And you will see more of this. You will feel more of this. It is time now to set aside the sorrow. The sorrow of seeing those who have come out against consciousness of love, who has come out against seeing that everyone is taken care of. It has been the way of the warrior for so long, and it is now time to dig deep within your heart and see that self, yourself, showing selfless love. It is only by way of showing selfless love that all will have any hope of coming forth and understanding the bigger picture of what happens at that moment when everyone will be bound in that circle of love for one another. And I look forward to that. I especially look forward to that because I see it on your doorstep. You are all part of the one, yes, but you will feel the bond of compassion, love, cooperation, and you will feel secure in that, knowing there is a part of you that has come home. And I welcome you. I welcome you in the fullness of my heart, in the circle of my arms. May there be peace among all of the children on the planet, peace in the workings of the beautiful planet that house animals, humans, insects, minerals, so that all will be protected and loved for what they represent. And so it is.